Shakti Shiva Tarot for another read. If you oh, there it is. There's a little rainbow orb on me, bouncing around. Anyways, tata pendiente. Shakti Shiva Tarot for another read. I don't know if I said that already, but if I didn't, I'm saying it again. They're like all over my room, but this one's coming and shooting at me towards here. So I started with a pre-shuffle, and we got 7-7 healing separation, go within. So I actually made a reading yesterday, but it ended up going the full 20 minutes, and it was really loaded, and I've been trying to download it, and it hasn't downloaded, and I'm just going to go ahead and make another reading today. And if that one's at some point in this whatever trajectory of life it decides to download, I'll post it. But today it's kind of interesting because yesterday was a very similar message as well, where it was about the pathway to love is through the self, right? Like true love is mirrored by taking you back home to yourself. And so this says healing separation, go within. So I feel like for those of you that are watching, more than likely you're in separation with your twin, whether there's no contact or little contact, little communication. But either way, there's a separation. And it's about going within. It's about reminding yourself. It's about reparenting yourself, your inner child. Right? A lot of these things that pull us out of our center are childhood traumas. And a lot of people want to say, oh, well, I don't have any childhood trauma. Trauma doesn't have to be abuse. It doesn't have to be physical abuse. It doesn't have to be sexual abuse. It doesn't have to be, it could literally be verbal abuse. It could be lack of an emotional, like an unavailable, emotionally unavailable parent, right? There's a lot of little traumas that we go through that we don't even realize that become traumas later, because it becomes how we co-create with another human, how we co-regulate, right? How we regulate our nervous system when we're in a situation where we are being forced out of our comfort zone, right? Like, it's really easy to put the conditions up, the walls up, and be like, oh, well, it's that person, right? That person is this way, instead of actually turning the finger around and going within to be like, why does this behavior of this person make me feel this way, right? That's the harder path to go down. But that's the path that brings you home, and that's the path to true love. So if there's somebody in your life that is triggering you and you keep focusing on them to the point of losing yourself, and you don't ever find yourself in that, I'm not sure that this is the person that is your divine counterpart. Because your divine counterpart, your true love, might take you down that path, might trigger you to look at yourself, but you actually go within and you find yourself. That's the difference. So divine order 2-2, practice patience. Yeah, for some of you, there is patience needed here, because you might not be on the same trajectory. Or let's say, for those of you who have an age gap, a 10, 20 year age gap, the person that is more seasoned and experienced in life is going to have experienced more of life than the younger one, right? And so there's got to be patience from that older soul to allow the younger soul to go through the processes of learning themselves, finding themselves, right? So that's like, I feel like a big one when it comes to the age gap, right? But there's also cultural differences, right? Like oh, my family would never let me marry this person because they are not the same culture as me, or they're not the same religion as me, right? There's all those other things that create these gaps and these constructs that are conditions that keep us from being in our true sovereignty and finding that true love of the other, right? So I feel like there's something here being healed, and in divine order, when you practice patience and you go within, wow, well, your future begins to change. There is something here that is meant to go with you into the future, right? This, our North Node is our purpose. This is your purpose. You have a purpose here, and yeah, at this moment in time, you might be separated from it. Maybe you don't even know what it is, but that's the point, is that, let's say a person comes in and triggers all this stuff in you, and you're like, why can't I stop thinking about this person? Why can't I stop just focusing on it? Like everything's on them. There's a reason for that. There is a reason that your desire would be so strong for another, but the focus is not on them. It is to bring the focus back to you. So stop focusing on what they're doing, where they're going, who they're with, when they're coming back, when they're going to message, if they're ever going to message, was it ever true? You know in your heart what is true. Abundance is yours. Luck is yours. Luck is on your side. Jupiter wants to bring blessings into your life. The connection, the future of this connection is protected. But you yourself need to do the work by creating. It's not about creating, right? You already have. It's about remembering that you're not separate. If you are in separation, that is the trick, right? That is the blind spot, is that, oh, because they're not in my life, because they're not my husband, my wife, or my partner, or we're not committed, they're in a third party, or they're whatever, they don't want to be, like, that is not the ultimate goal of this connection. The ultimate goal of this connection is to bring you back to yourself. It's to help you remember that you are never separate from this person to begin with. You were never separate. Even if the physical world is showing you two hearts with the same soul, doesn't matter where you go, how long you're apart, that soul essence that you guys share is never able to be split. There's no such thing, no such entity, person, anything that could tear that apart, okay? The trick is to create balance. We got a lot of sevens on the table. So we have 34, which equals 7. We have 7, 7. So we have 4 sevens on the table. Oh. Lucky number 7. 7 is about spiritual awakening. It's about magic, gifts, divinity. 777, I think jackpot. But this is Libra. This is the sign of partnerships. This is about creating balance in your relationships, in your partnerships. I feel like, yes, balance wants to be restored in this connection, and it will be restored because Jupiter is bringing blessings and abundance, but there needs to be patience, and you need to go within. Solar flares. Something is being activated. Did I not say? There is an activation. 17. 717. Wow. So I put these two next to each other. And if you guys know, you know. 717. Ooh, excuse me. If you've been feeling an imbalance in your finances, in your love life, that's about to change. Look at that increase. Your blessings, your finances, your love is about to increase. There's about to be an increase in all good things in your life. So if you've been suffering, if you've been feeling that lack, if you've been worrying, you don't have enough finances, you don't have enough resources, right? That is all about to change. 11th house, friends. This is Aquarius. 9th house, faith. This is Sagittarius. Have faith that the friends that are entering your life during this eclipse season, the ones that stay through this eclipse seasons, are meant to be a part of your future. But also know that anything that you hang on to through this solar eclipse, good or bad, is going to remain with you for the next 18, 20 years of your life. So make sure that what you bring with you, the friends that you bring with you into this next chapter of life, are they're faithful friends, that you can really count on these people, that you really know who and what you're bringing into this next journey with you. Because I definitely feel there's a massive spiritual awakening happening, especially with that 7. So that card is 33. And we have, oh look, I just put this one underneath this one, 34, 35. So steps, I see steps. There's, there's steps here, but there's also fortune. There's luck. There's sensuality too, friendship, spiritual bonds. This is definitely, also with the 9th house, this is travel. Yeah, look at that. So I was literally talking about spirituality. Atlantis miracle mission. You have a team. You have a team in the higher realms that are literally like guiding and supporting you and your person. This is you and your person's team together. And you see how they're like in the rainbow colors? So the colors of the chakras: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. They are working with you to activate your chakras, to bring balance to these chakras, to bring increase of fortune into your life, abundance, whether it be love. I think it is love and finances. But there's a need to be patient here, because you may be feeling like time is running out, and time is not running out. Everything is happening in divine timing. And it says protection. Number 5, we have another 5 here. This is that looks like a tiger's eye. Yeah, there's a tiger, and there's an evil eye on here. It says, deflect negativity. Security surrounds your mission. Didn't I say? Y'all are protected. You have a team of angels and guides protecting this connection, okay? And there's a massive spiritual awakening happening right now. And in this spiritual awakening, if there is a separate, we are seeing that heavy separation here, but the separation is not, it's not soul level. It's just physical. And the physical isn't the reality. The physical is just the illusion, right? The soul is the truth. So remember your truth. I feel like there is, someone's watching, gathering information, planning to prepare to bring an offer of love, okay? Someone is planning to prepare to bring an offer of love. Look at that. We have the 2 of staves, 2 of wands. This is soul bonds, soul connections. This is looking towards the future, planning, building towards this plan. We have the 6 of wands, which is also a lot of passion, but this is victory. This is triumph, success. The Princess of Swords is communication, but communication that comes after I've gathered knowledge. This is watching from afar in order to gain perspective, it's like they don't, With the King of Cups here and the 6 of Wands, it's like this person wants to be victorious over your heart. They want to share their true feelings, their emotions. Have they not done this before? Is that what's going on? Because they've been in this retreated mode where they've just been watching from afar, standing at a distance, spying on you, watching you, planning. Maybe there is distance. Maybe this is somebody who is long distance. Maybe they don't live in your city. Maybe they don't live in your state. Maybe they live over waters. They're forced to have to watch from afar. But this could also just mean that, like, because of this separation, someone is forced to watch you from afar. I feel like this person wants to be victorious in the way that they express their emotions towards you. Tell me more about... Oh my gosh. The Six of Wands. I'm telling you, this is somebody who wants public recognition. They regret being careless with your heart. They regret rejecting you. They regret coming in and out of your life and not staying. This is somebody who acted as if. This is somebody who came in hot and heavy, left, would disappear, and wow. It's like you wouldn't understand why. Where would this person go? Why are they coming in? Why would they come in with this? It's like they would come in, they'd love bomb you, and then they'd bounce. But look at that. The King and Queen of Cups. You guys feel the same emotionally. I just feel... Yeah. Wow. The King of Cups twice. The King of Cups twice and the King and Queen of Cups. So this is somebody who you share the same, you guys feel the same emotionally. You both want public recognition. You guys want to be seen publicly. I'm not sure that's happened yet. I feel like this is somebody who has hid their feelings, has been really good about hiding their feelings. Up until now. Up until now. A well of emotions for you that they've been holding on to. They've been keeping their cards close to their chest with the Four of Pentacles here. Holding on dearly and tightly to their feelings, their depth of emotions, a well of emotions, okay? But it's like this person can't hold back, anymore. There's an obsession here. There's an obsession here. Wow. Once again, I'm seeing very opposite energies. A darker, shadowy energy with a more bright energy. So we have the Devil and the Star here, Capricorn and Aquarius. This could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. But also the Queen and King of Cups is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The Knight of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo. Heavy Sag on the table, heavy Aquarius on the table, heavy Sag and Aquarius on the table, and Capricorn and Libra. Anyways, someone's about to communicate that they want to heal this connection. If there has been some shadowy, addictive, codependent energy, some temptations, this is being cleared. This is being healed. There is a healing happening. There's a lot of passion in this connection. There's going to be surprise communication. Why? Because this person can't hold back their feelings anymore. Like I said, they have a well of emotions. These emotions are welling up for them and they can no longer contain these emotions. They are about to explode. They are sitting in their regret. They are sitting in their regret and remorse of having lost you and having overlooked this cup that was being divinely guided to them, okay? Get ready. This connection, your wish is about to come true. Your wish, the person that you wished for is about to surprise you with, like, you don't understand. This person sees you as the star, the shining